bow down prostrate. You are the only one worthy of praise.
Deen, sanad and isnad, the chain of transmission, is very important and is part of our deen. If there was no sanad, if there was no chain of transmission, then every single person, he would have said whatever he wished. What do the Salafis believe regarding the Sufiya, Ash'ari and Maturidiyya? This is the best poetry, according to the Salafis, in refuting the Ahlul Bid'ah. Al-Ash'ariyatu dhulalun zanadiqatun. The Ash'ari, they are misguided, they are heretics. Ikhwanu man abada al-Uzza ma'allat. They are the brothers of those who worship Uzza with Lat. La tahillu dhabai'ul Ash'ariyya. That the animals slaughtered by the Ash'ari is not permissible to eat. لِأَنَّهُمْ لَيْسُوا بِمُسْلِمِينَ. O Salafi, who have you taken your deen from? If you believe the Ash'ari, one chain of transmission of any hadith, one chain of transmission of any hadith on this earth that doesn't have an Ash'ari, Maturidi or Sufi inside the chain of transmission. Chain of transmission, if you find Ash'ari, Maturidi, where have you taken your deen from? Na'udhu billah. That means you have taken your deen from innovators. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In our deen, sanad and isnad, the chain of transmission, is very important and is part of our deen. Our deen is based on sanad. Who we take our deen from, where we take our deen from. This is called sanad. So the hadith, when we are narrating hadith, when I've listened from my teacher, he's listened from his teacher, he's heard from his teacher, so on and so forth, and the chain of transmission, it goes all the way to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is called isnad sanad, and this is part of our deen and is very important in our deen. Abdullah ibn Mubarak rahmatullahi alayhi, he has said, and this statement can be found in the Muqaddamah of Imam Muslim rahimahullah, that al-isnadu min ad-deen, sanad and chain of transmission is from deen. لولا الإسناد لقال من شاء ما شاء. If there was no sanad, if there was no chain of transmission, then every single person, he would have said whatever he wished. Every person, Zayd, Bakr, Khalid, whatever came to his mind and heart, he would have said. But because there's sanad, this chain of transmission, we have to look at the procedure and the authenticity of every narration. Similarly, Sufyan al-Thawri rahimahullah, this can be found in the Majruhin, the book of Majruhin, a book titled Majruhin by Imam Ibn Hibban, in volume 1, page 27. The great Sufyan al-Thawri said, Al-isnadu silahul mu'min. The isnad, the chain of transmission, this is the weapon of a believer. فَإِن لَمْ يَكُنْ مَعَهُ سِلَاحٌ فَبِأَيِّ شَيْءٍ يُقَاتِلُ. If he doesn't have his weapon with him, then what will he use to fight? What will he use to do qital? Now from these two quotes we can understand the sanad, isnad, chain of transmission is very, very important in our deen, and through this we take our religion and deen from people. Now, the Ash'ari and Maturidiyya, what do the Salafis and the Sufiya, what do the Salafis believe regarding the Sufiya, Ash'ari and Maturidiyya? Let me quickly give you a few quotes. I've quoted this book before, Ithbatul Had Lillahi Ta'ala وَبِأَنَّهُ قَاعِدْ وَجَالِسْ عَلَى عَرْشِهِ. A book of written by Salafis for 25 riyals, establishing that Allah has limits and establishing that na'udhu billah, Allah is sitting on the throne. Inside this book, you will find statements of the Salafi, of the scholars that Salafis look up to regarding Ash'ari and Maturidiyya. On page 267. This is narration. A person is saying regarding one of the Imams, مَا رَأَيْتُ رَجُلًا قَطُّ خَيْرًا مِنْهُ فِي هَجْوِ أَهْلِ الْبِدْعِ. That I haven't seen anybody ever more better than him in mocking the people of bid'ah, the people of innovation, in mocking and criticizing the people of innovation. I haven't seen anybody better than this person. What did this person say regarding Ash'ari? This is the best poetry, according to the Salafis, in refuting the Ahlul Bid'ah. Al-Ash'ariyatu dhulalun zanadiqatun. The Ash'ari, they are misguided, they are heretics. Ikhwanu man abada al-Uzza ma'allat. They are the brothers of those who worship Uzza with Lat. Who worship Lat and Uzza by? Who worship Lat and Uzza? Mushrikeen Makkah, the kuffar of Makkah. According to the Salafis, Ash'ari and Maturidiyya also come in them, because when you say a word Ash'ari, Maturidiyya, it means both. Taghliban, both. They are the brothers, na'udhu billah, of those who worship Lat and Uzza. In here, inside the footnotes, the person who's written the footnotes, he has mentioned there is ikhtilaf, there is a dispute amongst the Ahl Sunnah regarding the kufr of Ash'ari. Ahl Sunnah meaning the Salafis. And he has quoted Ibn Taymiyyah's Minhaj al-Sunnah, his Fatawa al-Kubra, and his Bayan Tilbis Jahmiyyah. I'm just giving you a summary. And he has mentioned that the mutaqaddimeen from Ash'ari, those that came before the former Ash'ari, they, Ibn Taymiyyah has mentioned, تَبَعٌ فِي ذَلِكَ لِلْجَهْمِيَّةِ وَالْمُعْتَزِلَةِ. They are the followers of Jahmiyyah and Mu'tazila. The mutaqaddimeen Ash'ari, they are the what? The followers of Mu'tazila and Jahmiyyah. And the mutaakhirin, the latter of them, they are 100% like Mu'tazila and Jahmiyyah. So the mutaqaddimin Ash'ari, the taba, the followers, the muqtadis, the imams. The latter Ash'ari, they haqiqatu batinihim batinu Mu'tazila al-Jahmiyyah al-Mu'attila. Their internal affairs and their reality is like Mu'tazila and Jahmiyyah. Who's saying this? Ibn Taymiyyah. Inside Bayan Tilbis Jahmiyyah, volume 4, page 401, and other works also. So the Salafis, they either believe that the Ash'ari Maturidiyya deviated. If they're very kind, they will only say bid'ah. The akhi, these are the people of bid'ah, the proper, perfect ayn, bid'ah. Yes? And if they're very extreme, they will go to the length of even doing takfir and regarding them as kafir. Hence, on page 299 of this book, فَمَنْ صَرَّحَ بِكُفْرِ الْأَشْعَارِ وَلَعْنِهِمْ. This person has mentioned those scholars, as they say, that have clearly mentioned Ash'ari kafir and that is permissible to curse them. Okay? He's given 9 scholars. Amongst them, he's given one quote of Umar bin Ibrahim, that لا تحل ذبائح الأشعرية, that the animals slaughtered by the Ash'ari is not permissible to eat. لأنهم ليسوا بمسلمين. They're not Muslims. He's given one quote of Ibn Qudama. Obviously, we believe all these quotes to be fabricated, but these Salafis are quoting. Ibn Qudama, he gives a quote of Ibn Qudama that he's mentioned regarding Ash'ari, that وَهَذَا حَالُ هَؤُلَاءِ لَا مَحَالَةَ فَهُمْ زَنَادِقَةٌ بِغَيْرِ شَكٍّ. That these people are heretics, they are zindiqs without any doubt. And he's given 9 scholars, quote of 9 scholars who have been takfir, who have clearly said Ash'ari Maturidiyya kafir. And then he mentions after that, قُلْتُ فَهَؤُلَاء بَعْضُ مَنْ صَرَّحَ بِتَكْفِيرِهِمْ مِنْ أَهْلِ الْعِلْمِ مِمَّنْ وَقَفْتُ عَلَى أَقْوَالِهِمْ وَغَيْرُهُمْ كَثِيرٌ. He said that these people are some of those who have explicitly mentioned their kufr from the people of knowledge, upon whose statements I have become aware of, whose statements I have found. وَقَفْتُ وَغَيْرُهُمْ كَثِيرٌ. Apart from this, there are many others. And these 9 that I've given, these are some of the scholars that do takfir and say Ash'ari Maturidiyya kafir. There are many others that do takfir. So amongst the Salafis, you have 2 groups. You have one group, the extreme group, who clearly say Ash'ari and Maturidiyya kafir, na'udhu billah. and they are the brothers of those that worship Lat and Uzza. And you have the other group, well, who are quite kind compared to this group, that say they're not kafir, they are mubtadi', and they are from the Ahlul Bid'ah. Now my challenge to the entire sect of the pseudo-Salafis is that our deen is based on sanad, isnad. We take our deen through sanad. We take our deen through authentic chain of transmission. O Salafi, who have you taken your deen from? If you believe the Ash'ira Maturidiyya and the Sufis, because the Sufis, they're totally right off according to them. There's no doubt Sufis, according to Salafis, are Bid'atis and Ahlul Bid'ah. Bring me one sanad, one chain of transmission of any hadith, one chain of transmission of any hadith on this earth that doesn't have a Ash'ari, Maturidi or Sufi inside the chain of transmission. One sanad. Bring me one sanad. Sanad whilst you are awake, not the sanad that you see inside your dreams. Bring me one sanad on the surface of this earth. Sanad of a hadith that doesn't have a Ash'ari, Maturidi or Sufi inside it. And you will never do this. Till Qiyamah you will not bring a sanad like this, which doesn't have an Ash'ari, Maturidi or Sufi. You can get your elders. What's his name? Iftikhar? Zulfikar. Tell him to bring his sanad. Tell him to bring his sanad. Or his other cronies. Tell them to bring their sanad. Sanad from them to the Prophet ﷺ, a chain of transmission that doesn't have an Ash'ari, Maturidi or Sufi inside. And if that's the case, na'udhu billah, what does that mean? Where have you taken your deen from? If Ash'ari and Maturidiyya are either kafir or innovators according to you, then what does that mean? Where have you taken your deen from? In the chain of transmission, if you find Ash'ari, Maturidi, where have you taken your deen from? Na'udhu billah. That means you have taken your deen from innovators. This is open challenge that any Salafi who says the word bid'ah with full tajweed, bring me one sanad that either it doesn't have no Ash'ari, no Maturidi Imam or no Sufi Imam inside. And inshallah till Qiyamah will come, but they will never ever bring a sanad like this. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah.
Muhammadun Rasulullah, Muhammadun Rasulullah. أرجو رضاك يا الله أنت الرحيم يا الله